Hey, I'm Carl Chapman and welcome to this unboxing video for the WifiGear LigoWave remote building 520 kit. So what's in this kit? We have two LigoWave 520 AC units, that will be for the wireless bridge aspect. We then have this Infinity NFT 2AC wireless access point, as well as the pole mounting solution to be able to mount all these radios together. So let's have a little look inside some of the boxes and see what we actually get. So how do we get into this one? So inside the 520 ACs, we have quick start guide, as well as the radios themselves, which are nicely bubble wrapped. There we go. We also have PoE adapter. That's a 24 volt 10 watt radio, therefore the PoE adapter isn't standard 802.11 AF compliant, meaning if you did want to power this from your switch, that might not be possible. So obviously you may need to use the PoE adapters provided. They do come with the UK mains lead as well. Part of the mounting arm, which I'll show you how that works in a minute. Jubilee clip for attaching it to the pole, and also the grommet, because these radios are IP66 rated. So that's the 520 AC. I'll just move that out of the way. The Infinity NFT 2AC. So inside there we have another quick start guide, as well as the wireless access point itself. Very nice. We have a little template if you were to wall mount it or ceiling mount it. Another PoE adapter with UK mains lead. And then a couple of hex screws and wall plugs. And then with the pole mounting, we have an installation guide on how to actually put them together, the nuts and bolts, and also part of the brackets which go into the wall. It is worth noting you don't have wall plugs and the screws for the pole mounting, so you will need to provide that yourself. Okay, so let's check out the physical attributes of the equipment. Let's start first of all with the wireless access point. Yep, you'll notice it has, I don't know if you can quite see on there, but it has quite a nice honeycomb sort of textured design, makes it quite aesthetically pleasing. Small form factor, smaller than my Sky wireless access point for sure. Has LED indicators, again showing connectivity to the network, whether or not you're running 2.4 or 5 gigahertz, as well as power on and off. So to power the radio, you have the PoE, so you can use that kiddie port there, or you can use a conventional DC power adapter there. So there are 3 Ethernet ports in total, so if you did want to use those for connecting locally, of course there's some advantages to doing that. Let's put it there actually. So the DLB 520 AC unit, so not the smallest form factor, not as small as the 515 AC. Put in perspective about the size of my face. IP66 rated, has a real nice pre-molded arm on the rear, which works with this part. What that allows you to do when you attach it to the pole, if you do need to change the pitch at all, you can do so at this level rather than having to adjust all the pole. On the rear you have the serial and MAC information. Sorry, going back to the wireless access point, that was on the bottom. You have LED indicators, this time telling you power on, that's connected to the network, and also signal strength. This is a 5 gigahertz radio, so you don't have a indicator for 2.4 or 5. At the bottom you have the Ethernet port, which works with the grommet to make that nice and watertight. Weight wise, yep, weighs a few hundred grams, it's minimal. minimal weight, but low key, small form factor, go nicely on a bit of street furniture, you wouldn't really notice it. And obviously the poles, you've probably come across these before if you've had any involvement in installing wireless access points. I mean, they're solid steel, they're not going to be bending or breaking anytime soon, especially not when you've only got a few hundred grams attached to it. So that's the physical attributes. Let's have a little look at the technical details. We'll start with the wireless access point and then we'll move on to the point-to-point. So this is a Wi-Fi 5 or 802.11ac radio, 2x2 MIMO, delivering speeds capable of up to 1.167 megabits per second. Obviously, as I said, you got the LAN capabilities with it as well. Yeah, that's the wireless access point. They say the range on these is up to 100 meters. They say that on a lot of access points, but one of the things you need to consider is the client devices. So although this access point can throw signal out that far, your client device might not be able to return that signal. So yeah, although it can theoretically do 100 meters, the practicalities of that is you're looking more 50 to 80 meters for a half decent client device to get a good signal with that. So the technical on the DLB520ACs, in point-to-point mode, this will run up to 15 kilometers, in point-to-multipoint up to 10 kilometers. It's 20 dBi antenna. It has a 16-degree beam width. It is a Wi-Fi 5 or 802.11ac radio, also running purely on 5 gigahertz. As well as that, it's got proprietary technology, the IPO3 from LigoWave, which makes it more efficient in high congested areas. That will deliver you speeds of over 500 megabits per second in a good environment, and comes with 128-bit AES encryption. So that's the technical information on the kit. Going on to the management. So LigoOS is the preferred management solution for the point-to-point radios. You can do some configuration in the Infinity controller, however at this stage stick with the LigoOS configuring for the point-to-point. And there's 3 methods you can manage the wireless access point, but the preferred method is the Infinity Cloud Controller. That's free for up to 50 devices. If you don't want to use the Infinity Cloud, you can run it in a standalone and do everything on the actual access point. But again, the cloud controller has many advantages, as well as all the updates and everything which happens in the background. So if you want ease of management, if you're going to be going for more than one of these as well, or multi-site, Infinity controller. So you can check out more details on WifiGear's website for how to access and have a little play in that controller, if you wanted to have a little look around the GUI before purchasing one of these. So warranty, as standard on all LigoWave products, it's 3 years extended warranty. We do have a RMA procedure at WifiGear, so if one of these units fails, then we can look into that and get them replaced for you. That said, LigoWave is very well built. We have a very low failure rate on these. We've been working with them, well, for over a decade now. And yeah, it's rock solid kit, to be fair. So use cases, it is a remote building kit. Therefore, it's for those people who are now potentially working at home, working remote, they have a garden office, and they need to connect their home network into that remote office. Most people don't have one 15 kilometers away from their home, but still, rather than running fiber or cat cable into the ground, you can just install a wireless point-to-point link, and then you've also got your Wi-Fi to go into that remote building. Other remote buildings may actually be a bit more rock solid brick and mortar. It may be actually this kit isn't just for the remote office. It may be you have a warehouse or a little storeroom where actually this is the ideal solution to get Wi-Fi into that building. So it does have a bit more of a diverse use case than just purely remote office. But yeah, any other questions, drop us an email, sales@wifigear.co.uk. Alternatively, give us a call on the landline or use our website's live chat feed. All right, bye for now.